As I age, starting to realize that value in friendship is it's one of a kind, and without trust around you, without a community to relate to. That's why we're tribalistic in the first place. It's not that tribalism's good or globalism's good or anti-globalism or, wokeism, anti-wokeism, good or bad, it's all black and white. Nothing's ever black and white. And neither is, the state that America's in right now, which is, it's lost. I just, from my point of view, I remember my U.S. history teacher, and she didn't play around. She had pride in her country. And we're in the cusp of war, And so it's not like this woman had, an easy time having faith in the United States of America. And it was in a time when she shouldn't have, arguably, to some people, but she still did. She taught U.S. history the best she could. She did a really good job of it. So even a dumb person like me, can actually memorize a lot of, the things that most Americans don't know exist. Just basic, very basic things that we're all entitled to. And I worry. I just had this friend for so long that it made me more comforted to live life, because I'm starting to, my elders are getting older, and I'm starting to get to a point where I just, I don't really know what to do anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm going to lose people, and then I'm going to have to cut out people that I've known forever. And to me, that feels like jumping off of a cliff. But it's not jumping off of a cliff. It's just growing pains, really. That's something that it's the hardest thing to learn from an addict's point of view. That growing pains are going to hurt. And it's not going to feel good to, cut off a friendship that's 20 years old. It's not going to feel good to say no to hard drugs every time. It's not going to feel good to support your mom as she goes through the last 20 years of her life. None of that stuff is going to feel great to go through. But all that stuff is your privilege and your right as an American to go through. The fact that you can rest humbly at night and know that the police would care if somebody tried to kill you. Illegal immigrants don't have that luxury. And I hate to be the guy to say that, because I'm going to tell a little story. Once upon a COVID, I had a roommate, and I got a lot of money from the state to help me get through life. That money helped me a lot. It helped me fight depression, it helped me pay my rent, it helped me get by in life, it helped me create my album, and it helped me be a better father. It helped me to give my son gifts, and anyways, it helped me a lot. And I had a roommate that was an immigrant, and he was also past his visa. So this was like a friend of a friend, so it was like I couldn't. He was staying there, and I couldn't do anything about it. So I supported him for, I want to say, like a year. Maybe, no, not a year. It was less than like 6 months or something. But I supported him quite a bit, and I remember he was scared to work, and I told him, "This is America, Mikey. If they're not looking for you actively, you're not a criminal. So it doesn't mean if you're an immigrant in the United States that you're a criminal. What it means is that you are not protected under the United States law of the same way a United States citizen is protected. It's very simple stuff. If you want to get into the United States of America, or if you are in the United States of America, there's avenues to go and apply for citizenship. And Mikey wouldn't do any of those things. So he was it was my problem. You know, somebody made it my problem once upon a COVID, and I took it as my problem, and it was my problem at the time. Now looking back, it wasn't my problem, and all that money I spent on that problem, it was a human life. So I guess I made the right decision in that time, but to me, you know, I always encouraged this guy to turn himself in, you know, and just like work with the U.S. government to get your visa so they don't send you back to where you're from. And that's criminalist thinking. Like, he works too. He works and he lives out of the back of his truck, and like the guy's actually a good example of what an immigrant should do. But he didn't start out that way. He started out whining, complaining, and not wanting to do anything about all of his friggin', you know, woes and stuff. And the way that our friendship ended was kind of legit on both sides. I mean, I was feeling some kind of way because I had helped him so much and he was being a little prick. And pretty much he owed me money and he didn't know it. And I couldn't really register it, so to me he was already like becoming the enemy, you know? It's like, if you can't do basic math, I can't help you, bro. If you can't do the math of how much money I spent on you and why you don't deserve A and B, then I'm not gonna present you C, the solution to the equation, you know? Just get out of my life. And so I blessed him and I pushed him out of my life. And, you know, he's still sucking up on my friend that I knew for so long, over 20 years, you know. But I refuse to enable people that won't help themselves. And Mikey has since then helped himself. He's done a lot better. But the moral of the story is, if you're not a U.S. citizen, don't expect luxuries like you are one. Especially if you're a criminal. I mean, that's absurd. But yeah, love, sub, vibe, love. Also, don't do fentanyl. I don't think that's really as big of a problem as it was before. Thank God. Jesus loves you.